welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Kurt for those that are new. Today we are going to be doing a simple holiday season makeup kind of thing. It is snowy outside. I live in Iowa and we have gotten some snow last night, more of like freezing snow kind of thing. And I was like, you know what? 'Tis the season, so why not just come on here, do something simple for the holiday season. Now I know that it is looking different for a lot of us. Typically there are family gatherings and New Year's parties and all that kind of stuff, and some of that still may be going on, but just in a different kind of manner, you know, Zoom or FaceTime or Facebook messaging or application or, you know, something like that. Or you may actually be going to a small gathering where masks are required. Either way, we're gonna go ahead and just get into some makeup, give you a look for those occasions, maybe even a couple of outfits, you know, for those occasions as well. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. So in today's video, most of the things that I'm going to be using are drugstore. There are a few that are some higher end products, but most of these are readily available at the drugstore. The other products you could probably get at the high-end side of Ulta or Sephora. If you have to order anything online, I would say that probably by the time that this video is going up, it's not going to get to you in time, but you can always go to the store if you're comfortable with that and see if they've got it in the store. The thing that we're going to use is this Catrice Cosmetics Keep Me Matte Long Lasting Primer. I've been using this for the month of December, and it's kind of lotiony. I have already washed, moisturized, all that good stuff on my face. I did also exfoliate my lips because we're going to be using a red lipstick, kind of more like a crayon. Those do tend to stay on just a little bit longer. But if you are doing any type of lipstick, I always suggest to try and exfoliate at least a couple of times a week. Otherwise, you'll be more prone to get like the peeling and things like that. And red lipstick is one thing that will show like peeling and stuff like that. And you surely do not want to be on Zoom or going to any place where all of that is visible. All right, so we've got the primer on. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes. I am gonna use this Eyeliner Primero Primer. I have been using this. I got this from my BoxyCharm for the month of November. And if you hadn't seen like everything that I am gonna be using or have been using this month of December, I'll link that in the eye above as well as in the description bar. I believe that Eyeliner Cosmetics is planned to be coming to Target from what I'm understanding. I also heard that Ulta is going to be in some Targets, which is actually quite exciting. We have a few Ultas here, but we surely have more Targets than we do Ulta, so that'd be really nice because Ulta does already have a drugstore section in them, so that'll be really nice. I'm excited for that. I'm going to set that primer because it's really tacky with the LA Girl Pro powder. It does help for things to just blend out a little bit better on top of it because it is so tacky. Next thing we're going to do are the brows. This is going to be the Anastasia Brow Wiz. This is going to be in the shade Ebony. Comment below if you are a brows before foundation kind of person or a brows after foundation kind of person. One thing with brows is that one always looks better than the other. Like, it just doesn't matter. That's why I say sisters, maybe even cousins, but surely not twins. You'll be there all day trying to make them look exactly even. So don't even. Then we're going to set our brows with this ColourPop Brow Boss Gel. This is in clear. And then for the eyes, we're going to use this Maybelline Nudes of New York palette. You can get this Walmart, Target, Ulta, probably CVS, Walgreens. All of those are good places. So for the eye look, we're going to do something really simple. We're going to go in with this Globe Trotter shade. This is on a 5 Below blending brush. It says crease on it. If you have not been to 5 Below, I would surely recommend it. They have some of the best brushes. Like, these are so soft. And of course, most things in that store are below $5, you know. They have gotten a few items where they are a little bit more than $5, like 8, 10, stuff like that. But for the most part, everything is below $5. So you can kind of see how that looks. And then on a different brush, I am going to take a little bit of the artist color. Yeah, of the artist color, just up towards my brow bone. It does have some kickback. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it does have just a little bit of kickback. And that just kind of helps with the edges just a little bit more. You definitely don't want any hard edges on here. See how that softened it up just a little bit. I'm gonna go in with Whisper, which is this goldish color right here. And I'm just gonna take that on my finger. You can kind of see what that looks like. And I'm just gonna put this all over the lid. And because of course I've got hooded eyes, I am gonna take it just a little bit higher so that when I open my eye, you can see it. And it's not really like a cut crease, anything like that, but just a little bit higher. There you go. And then you can see it when I have my eye open. It's not as vibrant, but you can still see it. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit and just blend it into the other shade. Go back in with the original brush just to kind of help that blend a little bit more. And there is that. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye and clean up the fallout that I got. Most of that's just because my fingers are fat and my lid space is small. So I'm gonna get that cleaned up and I'll be right back. All right, so I got that all cleaned up. I fixed my brow that I hit, and I'm gonna go in with concealer first. I do want a little bit more of a flawless look. Usually I like for some of my imperfections to come through, but it's the holidays, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit more full coverage underneath the foundation so I don't have to use so much. So I'm gonna take this L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear. This is in the shade 415 Honey. And I'm gonna put that underneath my eyes and take a concealer brush. This is the Morphe M173. This is well loved. I've had this for a while. And it is a more dense brush just so that I can get better coverage for my dark circles. I'm just pressing that in to the skin again. I have some fine lines underneath my eyes, so I just want to make sure that it's like right in there. So that'll work. The rest of my dark spots, I don't care too much if they show through, but those are the ones that I'm mainly concerned about. And then for foundation, I'm going to take this L'Oreal one. This is in the shade 510 Hazelnut, if you need a shade reference. This is an affordable one. It is not mask proof, so just being completely transparent about that. If you want something that's a little bit more transfer resistant, that's not a high-end product, sorry, that's not a drugstore product, I would recommend the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. That one is really good for mask. It's not completely transfer proof as well. No makeup is completely transfer proof, but it does stay a little bit better. And then also it's gonna, you know, depend on how you set things, all that good kind of stuff. So I just took that on a e.l.f. brush. This is the Ultimate Blending Brush. If you are doing a Zoom call, things like that, for the holiday season, a Zoom party, this one would be a really good one, because then at least you feel like you're not wasting your makeup, you know, not going anywhere. You don't really want to put on anything that you've got that may be more pricey. This one is a really good one. I really like this one. And it has a little bit of a glow to it. Some of it's also the lighting. Unfortunately, because of the snow, it's not as bright to be able to use natural light today. So I did have to do some lighting assistance, if you will. But it does, you know, have a little bit of a satin finish to it. It's not completely glowy. I don't like completely glowy foundations. I have enough glow with my oily skin as it is. So this just kind of has more of like a natural satin finish to it. And again, builds up really well, doesn't look cakey, all of that good stuff. So this one, again, I would fully recommend for anyone who's starting off in makeup, anyone that's not sure how they feel about foundation, anyone who needs just something that they can put on every day. That one is a really, really good one. Next, I'm going to highlight just a little bit. We're going to take another Infallible Full Wear. This is going to be in the shade 405 Toffee. And you do not need much of this. This one is more of a neutral undertone. A lot of their full wear concealers are much more neutral in undertone. And with neutral, you do have to be careful because it can make you look a little gray if you do too much, if you don't blend it out well enough, all that kind of stuff. And you definitely don't want that, especially for deeper tones. So I would just be cautious if you are considering purchasing a full wear one. It is a full coverage foundation, like full coverage. It's gonna hide all your business. I want to go ahead and set everything. So for underneath the eyes, I'm going to take the loose powder from LA Girl. Yes, LA Girl. And take a little bit on the sponge. We're going to take the Too Faced Peach Perfect setting powder. This one is the caramel one. And I'm just going to take it on the edge of the sponge and press that into my foundation. And then the next thing we're going to do is add some color into my face. So we're going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Sun Stalker. You know what? I don't want to use that. Give me 1 second. I want to keep this as drugstore friendly as possible. And for a holiday look, I don't too much like that one. So I'm going to go in with this Essence Matte Bronzing Powder Palette. This is 4 pans, got it at Ulta, 10 bucks. And I'm going to kind of mix these two together. I'm going to take it on a big fluffy brush. Going with this one, also got it at Five Below. This one I really, really do like. I'm going to go in with a blush. This is the e.l.f. blush palette. I started to use the Ciate one, and I would really recommend this, but I, again, wanted to keep it as drugstore friendly as possible. And e.l.f. does have really, really good blushes. I think they have some that are marbled, maybe, so I'll need to check that out, and if so, buy some, put it in a video. So we're going to take a brush on this, and this one is a Lexi brush. I got this in a BoxyCharm. These are really pigmented, so again, we don't want to go in with a heavy hand on these. I don't know if you saw my blush or face. No, it was cheek. Goodness gracious, so many videos. The cheek one that I did, we're using this one down here. And in regards to my makeup collection video, I will link that down below in the description bar so you can kind of see exactly what I have and get a feel for a few things. This one is really pigmented, as you can see, so you just want to not go in with a heavy hand. Make sure it is always easier to build things up than it is to take coverage away. So I would much rather dive into it a couple of times than to go in like with one full ham, I guess, and mess it all up. So yeah, dark blush palette. And then for highlight, I'm going to take this Milani one. This is in the Golden Light palette. And I'm going to take this highlighting brush. I think, oh, here we go. This one is from Moda. And I think I'm going to go in with this one. And then, of course, taking it into the corner of my eye. Typically, I don't do this, but it's a holiday. We're doing a holiday look. And eyeliner. We're going to take this Master Precise by Maybelline. And I'm not going to do anything fancy with it. I'm not that great at wing liner, so we're just going to do a regular line. Really enjoy this liner. I would recommend this. I would say that this is a dupe to the Kat Von D tattoo liner. This one stays on really, really well. Right, so there is mascara. I typically don't wear lashes, and so I am not going to be doing lashes. One, because again, I don't wear them very often, so application would probably take forever to even do and explain. But two, because I think that would be unfair to you guys to do something that I normally wouldn't do. So we're not even going to do lashes. This can be an all-natural eyelash kind of holiday look. Now, if you get the right mascara, you can look like you've got false lashes. I really enjoy the Essence Lash Princess, the one that's green, I believe. It's not waterproof, but it does come in waterproof. So if you have no problems with like smudging, it running down your face, allergies, any of that, I would strongly recommend that one. Also, I would recommend the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. It's a dupe for a Too Faced mascara the Too Faced mascara I did not enjoy, but the L'Oreal one I did. However, because of my oily skin and my allergies, it just didn't work out for me. I find that tubing mascaras work the best for my eyes, which is why I just stick with those. They don't rub off very well. They work around my allergies. They don't come off with, you know, smudging or flaking or anything like that. Those ones, if I didn't have issues with oily skin, I would have those, because oily skin and allergies, if it's waterproof, it's made to come off with oil. Well, I've got oily skin, so it just comes right off on my oily skin. If you've got normal, dry, don't have issues with smudging, flaking, those kind of things, allergies, I would recommend those top two. I believe also that CoverGirl has one called the Falsies lashes. I would try those ones. I personally haven't tried that, but I do have a friend that uses that, and she has gorgeous, like her lashes look gorgeous all the time. So I would recommend that one as well. We're gonna go in with a lip liner. I've got a couple here, both by NYX. This one is Downtown Beauty, and this one is brown. So I'm gonna go in with Downtown Beauty. It is a little bit different. This one is from their Suede line. You wanna line your lips. I strongly recommend lining your lips. And then we're gonna go in with this Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon. This is kind of a 2-in-1, so it's like a lip liner and a lipstick in one, so you don't have to line. I recommend it because it does help with the longevity of a lipstick, and it also helps it from bleeding. So sometimes you'll see people who don't have like very sharp lip lines, and so it will help with that. This is in the shade Own Your Empire. So there's that. And then the lip liner kind of helps to make it just a little bit deeper if you're not like too much of a fan of the original shade of it. If you do not have on a waterproof mascara, I would recommend setting your face before putting on your mascara. Otherwise, it's probably going to transfer. I'm gonna do my hair, get all of that together, and I will see you in a few. So for Christmas, I thought that a look like this would work. The holiday season is a really good time for print, so you might as well just go ahead and rock it out, pull it out, and do what you need to do. I got this from Lane Bryant a couple years ago. You don't have to get this specific dress. I don't even know if it's still available. But I wanted to just encourage you and show you, an option that might work. If you're going to be on Zoom, this should be good enough. I don't have on any shoes at the moment. But if you are going to something that is going to be out of the house, you can always pop on some booties. You can pop on some red ones to match your lip, or you can pop on some black ones to match your print. This print will work, zebra print will work, really any type of animal print. So if you're going out of the house, you can pair it with a pair of black booties, or you could pair it with a pair of red booties so that it will pull out your lips a little bit more. Also, don't forget a clutch. You can use black, you can use red. Of course, anything sparkly would work for the season. But those are just a couple of options for Christmas. And then for New Year's, with the same look, same jewelry, always something sparkly. It's a new year, it's celebratory, you want to go all out. So I would recommend anything that's got sparkles in it. I got this thrifting. The tag on it says it's from Boohoo, so I will kind of look through their site and see if they by chance have anything available that looks similar to this. Otherwise, whatever you've got in your closet would work perfectly fine. Do not go out and buy all new stuff for a Zoom call or for a small gathering. We need to be savvy. This year has been challenging and may have had some financial impact on some of us, so do not go out buying anything new. If you have to go out, go thrifting. You can find lots of good stuff, i.e. this, at the thrift store or at a consignment shop. And to accompany the lip, you can pair it with a pair of red heels. If they are sparkly and glittery, the more sparkle, the better. Or you can stick with the black. Black heels, black clutch, either one's perfectly fine if you're going out of the house. Again, if you're doing this on a Zoom call, no one's gonna see your feet. It's all good. You don't have to do any of that stuff. But those are just a couple of options for you. So this is everything for this video. I hope this gave you a few ideas for clothing and accessories and makeup for the holiday season. Be safe, enjoy yourself. I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.